Okay, after the product rule comes the quotient rule. So at the top of the screen you see the formal definition of the quotient rule. So I do mine a little differently, an easier way to remember, and so we say low d high minus high d low, and down below the square must go. So low is the low function, the denominator, high is the high function, the numerator, and of course you see on the bottom that's low squared. I tried to write it in cursive where you could tell it was low and not 10, but this way seems to work pretty well. Going back to it one more time though, you have to remember to start low. You start with a low function. I kind of think of it like an airplane. An airplane starts low, goes high. Looking at the diagram, an airplane starts low, then goes high. It keeps flying high, and then it lands. And so that I kind of think of it in that order, which helps you to get the correct answer on your test. So if I look at this one, I recognize it to be a quotient. So a quotient, of course, means that it is a fraction. So in this particular problem, you have a high and you have a low. So my high function is the numerator, 4x plus 7. And my low function is 3x squared minus 5x. Okay, so d high would just be 4, and d low would be 6x minus 5. Okay, so that's how we would begin. When we get ready to take the derivative using the quotient rule, we say low d high minus high d low. Okay, now it has a bottom, but that's just how we're starting. So let me do it in a different color. So my low function, low, would be 3x squared minus 5x. That's my low function. D high is 4. There's a minus. That minus is in the definition. That's where it comes from. Low d high. Minus my high function, which is 4x plus 7, d low. So d low is 6x minus 5. Now that's just the top portion of the derivative. Low d high minus high d low. Now the bottom part of it says low squared. So just your regular low, 3x squared minus 5x squared. Low squared. So that's how it looks. We have to simplify it out, but that's how it looks. So here we go. This first part's really easy. You're just distributing 4 through the 3x squared minus 5x. So you get 12x squared minus 20x. The second part's actually really tricky. So you have a minus, but you've got a big product. So to keep from missing it by a sign, I go ahead and I just FOIL out the product, those binomials, and then I'll change the sign. So if I FOIL out this expression, I get 24x squared minus 20x plus 42x minus 35. I just FOILed out that part. And of course it's over this denominator. So simplifying a little more, we'd have 12x squared minus 20x. I can distribute my negative, so I get a negative 24x squared, a positive 20x, a negative 42x, and a positive 35. Of course you could have combined those x's first if you'd wanted to. Either way works just fine. Okay, looking at our like terms, I have 12 minus 24. That would give me a negative 12x squared. Looking at all the x's, I have a negative 20x and a positive 20x and a negative 42x. So negative 20x and positive 20x would cancel out. And then I have a negative 42x. I've already used the x squareds. use the 42x. So then I get a 35. And that's all over 3x squared minus 5x squared. And that would be the derivative using the quotient rule.